Hello everyone, this is Makaliah with Mak and Makeup, and today is going to be a February reset. I have not filmed a reset video yet. I do a reset every single month. I just haven't filmed it yet. So this is my first time, so I'm going to be trying out like how I want it to flow and look, and so I apologize, it's probably going to be a little chaotic as I get my groove on with this, but I love watching reset videos, so I'm like super excited to do one of my own. You can see my kitty in the background right there. She's watching some birdies outside, having a good old time, and my dog is currently crying in the background. So before I get way into this, I'm gonna go see what he needs, and then we'll get into this reset.
2 seconds later.
So it turns out he was also watching the birdies, and that's why he was whining. So nothing that I need to take care of. So he may or may not be making noises in the background, but whatever. So right now what we're looking at is my Notion dashboard, and I call this my personal page because I have like everything on there. As you can see, I have January, and then I have like some other random side hustles I attempted, if you will, and they've gone nowhere. And then I have my wedding one, which I honestly should probably move that up a couple notches because I use it very frequently. So I think I'm actually just gonna do that now because it's pretty important. And then I'm honestly probably gonna move, I don't know what I just moved. There. I'm gonna move this down to archive, move this down to archive. I never ended up doing that. I'm gonna move this to archive, and I'm just gonna move this down, but I'm not gonna do anything else with it. So this should be good enough. That was like so cluttering. So anyways, this is my Notion. I can do a full, more in-depth tour at a later time, but for now, we're just gonna get into the planning aspect. So I have like what I call my bullet journal. I've done absolutely nothing with this though. As you can see, it's pretty empty. So, and then I have a planner dashboard, but that's literally just where I keep the old months in. And then I have the month itself. So I always have a hyperlink that goes right to it. So then I can just be there and I can access it quickly. So just to kind of break it down, I have a calendar up here, and that just has the days of the week. And then events is kind of where I put like paydays, holidays, any like other significant events going on. So birthdays and things like that. Besides events, I have finances. So that's where I keep my budget, my habits, my goals, my monthly checklist. So this is like the same every single month. And then my 75 soft challenge, it's just like a reminder of the rules and all that stuff. I haven't technically started the 75 soft challenge, but it's actually gonna be one of my goals to start that in February because I have been so good and so consistent with my habits that I feel like I'm at a place where I can actually start this and not like get bogged down and be like, oh, I couldn't complete it, you know? Let's just get into it. Oh, another thing I was gonna add is I'm probably gonna add a wedding section in here where I just like kind of like how my goals is set up, where it's like check marks. It's going to be the same thing, but it's going to be for wedding stuff. We're basically going to recreate this, but for February. So February, I think it starts on Thursday. Yes. Okay. So it starts on Thursday, and there's 29 days in February this year. So I'll keep note of that. But essentially, to start off with this, I'm going to go back to my planner dashboard, and I wish that there was a way I could, I'll do it later, but I'll just basically add a page. And I will call this February. And before I forget, I'm gonna change it to this font. I love that font. I don't know what it is with it, but it's the only one I can use. I'm gonna see if there's a way I can add that. There we go. And then I'm gonna move November to archive. So February, obviously our icon is gonna be a heart because it's the month of love. And there's gonna be a lot of love here. So I'm actually gonna do that one, and then I'll use other hearts later on. So to start off, like I said, I make my calendar. So to do that, I have to remind myself, I think it's table. Yes, table. So you start off with, it looks like a 2 by 3. So essentially I need 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. how many weeks are in February? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna make sure I have 2 more rows coming down. Oh, actually I need 1 more because I do the dates. So usually what I do, I haven't found a good way to do this, but I do the space bar like 11 times and then I write out whatever day it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That usually tends to be about where I want it to be. The other thing is I leave my keyboard in caps lock while I write out the dates as well. And then to bold, you can just hold Control B on your keyboard to do that. At least on a Windows. I don't know about Mac. One time I did do my calendar, like, I think it was like Monday through Sunday, like starting Monday here, and it threw me off so much I had to stop. So do whatever works for you. And then for the dates, I don't do anything special. Now I'm like, I gotta remind myself, yeah, no, I don't do anything special with them just because it's like that would take a lot of work. So I'm just going to put the numbers in, and then when it's a significant day, like a payday or appointment or whatever, then I'll mark that as bold on here and you'll see what I do, but I'm just gonna put them in for now. So. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is just put a, what is it, like a highlight color behind here. So I'm gonna do, isn't there like, okay, there's pink and there's red. I think I'll do pink then. '24th is my mom's birthday. 26th is my husband's birthday. 23rd is a payday. All out is what it's called. And then I'm gonna change this to some heart thing. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Oh, not heartbreak, not a repaired heart. We wanna do like a, oh, that's cute. Let's do that. Okay, so there's my call out for now. I'm just gonna put an extra space in there just so I have it. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but whatever. And I think that's good, at least for the calendar part. So now for the rest of it, I kind of just copy and paste from previous, you know, like previous months, because it's just easier to do it that way. So a monthly checklist is essentially like things you have to do every single month. Okay, wait, should I actually also change the color of the words? I don't know. Okay, I might have to play around with that at some point, but we're definitely gonna keep the pink background. I don't know if I already clicked that or not, but we're definitely keeping the pink background because I think that's cute. And that's the one thing with Notion, is it really is customizable to whatever you want it to be. And I kind of like that about it. I'm gonna make that bold and I'm gonna also highlight that. Okay. So we have February, events, finances, habits, goals, monthly checklist, 78 soft challenge. So for the pet dishes, I basically deep clean them every 2 weeks is what I do. So I did it yesterday, but we're just gonna round up to Sunday because I like doing things on Sunday, even though if I get it done on Saturday, I don't know if that makes any sense. So the last time I did it was then, so I'm gonna say the 11th and then the 25th. And 25th are gonna be the next time I clean them out. So like I said, I do have like all these different things that I do every single month. Giving my pet their meds, deep cleaning my cat's litter box, changing my contacts, changing my sheets, and that's like changing the bottom sheet. My sheets that I sleep on, it just kind of depends. And then I have pet dishes on there. So 75 soft challenge, nothing is marked off here, but I have a link to the whole big thing. So as you can see, it's like date, so starting the day, and that's day 1. So it's like check mark all of these, and then that means I have completed it. I have a section for notes, and that's like if I do a weigh-in, that's where I'll put it, and then I'll check mark this. So my 75 soft challenge, oop, I went too far. I done it. That reminds me, I do need to like copy that and make it a link over here so I can go to it directly. Link to page there. And then I think I'm just gonna delete that one because I don't need it to be a link anymore. It doesn't delete your page, by the way, it just deletes the link to it, if that makes sense. So anyways, my 75 soft challenge. So I have workout once a day with 1 active rest day per week, which is basically a day where I do something a little bit more relaxed and low key. Read 10 pages of any book, drink at least 1.5 Stanley Cups per day, have 1 cheat day per week, and take progress pics once a week and weigh in once a week. So my weigh-ins and my progress pics are probably gonna be done the same time. But the main thing is that I'm working out, I'm reading, I'm drinking my water, and I'm focusing on my nutrition. The other thing to mark is when I do take a cheat day, I want to note that as well. Like be like, oh, I took a cheat day, you know, and this is the day I took it. So it reminds myself, oh, I already had a cheat day this week. I can't use another one. It's called Health Eye is what it's called. I'll show you guys a complete day. So essentially how you can track it and have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then snack. And then you can add the activity that you do and then health checks and a weigh-in if you want. I usually do a weigh-in like once a week or so. But as you can see, like it kind of calculates your calories for that day. So on this day, I pretty much kept everything around 600 minus my snacks. That was half that, so 300. And as you can see, I had 222 remaining. I also did a daily activity that gave me 242 calories back. And then it has your protein, carbs, and fats. So it kind of shows you where you're at on the scale so that you don't go too far over. Like for me, going over the fat scale, that sounds weird, but going over my fat intake is like the hardest. One thing that they don't have on here is sugars, which I kind of wish were easier to track because sugars can also add up quickly and that could prevent you from losing weight. But I digress. So this is the app, and I will link it down below. So at least if anyone wants to download it, I think I had to pay like $20 for the year or something like that. And I don't remember if that was like a sale going on or what, but this is the app that I use for tracking. I also recommend having like interval training apps or just like apps that you can use for tracking running progress, or you can make different intervals, like HIIT intervals and stuff like that. It makes everything just way easier. Okay, so enough of like my ranting. That could be a whole separate video, honestly. But yeah, so I have my monthly checklist, 75 soft challenge, my goals. So because I did film and upload at least 1 video, I'm actually going to modify that and say film and upload at least 3 videos for February, which this will be one of them. So there we are. And then we'll kind of go from there. As far as this goal right here, I mean, I feel like to a degree, I have been doing it for a couple months now. I just kind of keep it up there as a reminder, but it doesn't really need to be up there. And then I have, I'll just go through my goals real quick. I already kind of went through a couple, but start my 75 soft challenge, film the journey, pay off at least one of my credit cards, find a side hustle, film and upload at least 3 videos, start volunteering at a horse rescue, staying consistent for 1 month on my lifestyle changes, and then doing my dang habits because I am so bad sometimes with my habits. So just make a new page, and then I'm gonna call this Feb Habits. Again, changing the font. Hopefully this doesn't take me too long to do. It's usually pretty quick once I get it going. So I think you want a database. And just, yeah, okay, this looks more right. So I'm gonna say hide that. Doing anything, obviously. Okay, so we have make bed, morning skincare, evening skincare, walk. Okay, I see. So morning skincare. Evening skin care. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is edit the property. I'm gonna change this to checkbox. Oop. Checkbox. And then say 1, because this is day 1. So essentially you do the same thing and you can just like duplicate the properties. So like you can make all 29 and then just rename the day. $29. Woo! It sucks when you have to do a 31 month. Okay, so those are all ready to go. And then, oh, I need to add an icon. Well, usually for this, I do a check mark. That's pretty boring, but whatever, it works. And then next is the budget. Change this to be February and then change the dates because like I said, I kind of already have done that and I don't feel like I need to create a whole nother one of these, if that makes sense. What I'm gonna do is clear these because anything that's like a credit card, the amount I pay usually can vary a little bit, or is like a variable. So yeah, so basically this, let me just run through it real quick. So this is my predicted amount of something being. So that's usually what I want to pay towards it. Actual is what I end up actually paying towards it. Now things like rent or renter's insurance or loans and things like that, they're usually a fixed amount, right? So those are not going to be variables as much, but the variables and the credit cards are what's going to be different as far as like what the cost comes out to. So down here I have groceries, pets, miscellaneous. For pets, honestly, I feel like I can make this 100 and I don't even think it's gonna be that much, but I know I'm gonna have to eventually buy dog food and his bag of food is usually like anywhere from $50 to $60. And then my cat, I need to buy her canned food at some point. So that's usually about 40 bucks. I think that is pretty much it for the reset as far as like the overall stuff. Like I said, I wanted to add a section though for my wedding planning. So I'm gonna do /toggle because that's how you get the toggle list. And I'm gonna call this wedding. Oh, make it bold. Wait, that was bold. Why does it look a little bigger than the others? Like I almost wanna, and then change it to wedding. I don't know, something was off with that. Okay. And then once you click down, then it should let you enter things in and all that. And pink background. So for making a goals list, you just type in checklist and to-do list comes up. And that's how you can start putting things in. So one thing I need to do is reach out to makeup artists, reach out to hair people. I need to schedule makeup trial, schedule hair trial, reach out to catering company regarding bar services, just to see how much they would be. Let's see, leave deposit for photo, video people, because we do need to do that, and we might actually do that this week, so it might actually get done beforehand. Oh, send out, save the dates. That's probably like more of a priority, to be honest. Send out save the dates, and I technically need to finish the save the dates. So I'm gonna put an exclamation behind them because they're like urgent. All right, and you may recognize this. This is my wedding Notion dashboard. I kind of went in a little bit on this in one of my videos, but I'm also going to be referring to this when I'm doing my reset as well, as I start getting things knocked off the list. Right now I don't have anything definitive to knock off, so obviously this is staying as it is, but this is just where I track all the stuff. And so I'm actually making a completely separate video on Notion wedding tracking to help people kind of set up their own Notion page for this and kind of get things out there, because it really is just a big brain dump, and that's what I needed for wedding planning, was a big brain dump. I had no idea where to start, no idea where to go, what I should do first, and yada yada. So that's what this is for. And like I said, I'll make a completely separate video going through all these different sections and showing you what I have in them. But just as an FYI, this is another thing that's going to be introduced into the monthly reset.